So, do you guys know what will happen to the water in the bottle when you put a stone inside? Okay, let's just check Carter. So, Carter, can you hear me now? Hello, Carter. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No? Yes? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Carter? No? Okay. So Betty, can you help Carter with Betty? Are you here in the class? Are you in the class, Betty? Yeah. Can you help Carter to fix the sound issue? So Carter, yeah, Betty will help you. Okay. All right. So guys, so what will happen if you put a stone inside this water bottle, guys? The water bottle. The level of the water bottle will rise, okay? So let me show you a picture. So if you put a stone inside the water bottle, so for example, let me draw you a red line. So guys, pay attention, don't worry, pay attention guys. So this red line was the water level before putting a rock inside. Now, after putting a stone inside the water bottle, see how much it increased. So you guys can see that this is how much it increased, everybody. So increased means, going up, okay? So this is how much more water level has gone up. Does that make sense, everybody? So now, what happens if you take out again? So if you take out again, you can see that the water level is back to original water level. So if you put a rock inside the water bottle, the water level goes up, and if you take out, it goes down again. All right? So now let's have a look at some questions. So now, guys, you have two different stones. You have a big one, so you have a big stone, so which is this one over here. And you have a small stone. So a small stone, you have a small stone over here. So what do you think it will happen if you put a big stone? And what do you think it will happen if you put a small stone? Okay, so now, as you can see, you need to draw lines to show the original water level, guys, just like this. And then, if you can see, guys, this is the water level, the original water level. Yeah. And guys, you can clearly see the difference. If you put a big stone and if you put a small stone, you guys can see the difference. The water level goes up much higher if you put a big stone, and the water level goes a little bit up if you put a small stone. Does that make sense, everybody? Say yes if you understand what happens if you put a stone inside. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. All right, so now this is a question where you need to put a big, medium, and small stones into the three bowls below, okay? So you can see that before, this was the water level from the original, so before putting a water level inside. So after putting rocks in these bowls, which one do you think has the big stone, guys? Okay, so now I'm going to give you guys a selector tool. Okay, I'll give you guys a chance to answer this question. Okay, guys, I'm gonna ask Ella. So, Ella, can you explain how you did this question? So, hello, Ella.
Hi.
Hi. So, what do you think the answer is?
I think the answer is B.
Yeah, why do you think that's the answer?
Because in number 2, it has the biggest difference to the other 2.
Yes, so you can see the red line indicates, it shows the water level before putting the rocks in, and after putting a rock inside bowl number 1, you can see just a little bit went up, right? The water level went up just a little bit. Do you agree? And then you can see a big difference. So you can see like the water level went up really so compared to other ones, you can see the water level went up really high. And you can see number 3, it went high, but not as high as number 2, but still higher than number 1. So you think number 2 has the big stone? Very good. What about small stone?
The small stone is number 1.
Very good. So you must have put small stone inside number 1. What about medium stone?
The medium stone would be 3.
Very good.
It has the second smallest difference.
Very good, Ella. Thank you very much. So do you understand? It's very important for you to draw a line across you see the red line that helps us to see the difference? Do you see how it's important? So very good, Ella. Very good. So thank you, Ella. And guys, yes, the answer is B for this question. But like I said, you need to look at the red line that I've drawn. It shows the difference between before putting a rock inside and after putting a rock inside. Okay? Now, this is your turn to do this question again. So we're putting 2 different stones. Okay? So we have a big stone and a small stone. Okay? The question is asking you, which cup has the small stone inside? So again, you need to draw a line, a straight line with using a ruler and see the difference. How much water did it go up? Okay, so you need to think which one has the small rock. So now I'm going to give you guys some time to do this question, guys. Okay, guys, so for this question, I'm going to ask, let's have Winston, okay? So, hello, Winston.
Hello.
Hi, so what do you think the answer is?
2.
Why do you think it's 2, Winston?
What? Because it has the less amount of water than the bottle 1.
Very good. You can see after putting rock inside the bottle, the water level went up really high for bottle 1 and just a little bit for bottle 2. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So which one has the small stone and which one has the big stone?
Bottle 1 has the big stone and bottle 2 has the small stone.
Very good, Winston. Excellent job. That was perfect. So, Winston, do you understand? It's very easy if you draw a straight line to show where the water level was before.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, Winston. Good job. Thank you very much. And yes, everybody, the answer is B. So well done for those of you who did select B. Okay, so now let's move on to the next question, shall we? Now, this question is a little bit trickier than before. Listen very carefully, everybody. There are 3 cups in the upper row. Now, you can see it doesn't have the same water level. It has different water level, everybody. So it has different water levels. You can see that the original water level are all different. Okay. Now, after putting stones inside the cups, the water level coincidentally went to the same height. Okay. So you can see you have stones inside these bottles, but we have a tape covering, and to trick you, they are trying to trick you. They're not trying to show you how big those stones are, okay? So you need to think which one has the biggest stone, okay? So now, let me explain this to you guys. So guys, before putting, a stone inside, we had different water levels. So you can see all three were different, okay? So this is before, and this is after. Okay, and so let's see. So you can see that, let me draw you with a different colored pen. Maybe I'll use purple. So you can see that this purple line is the after. So after putting a stone inside. So if I draw the same line on the before pictures, so you can see. Now, guys, so before the water was all the way up to the red line, but after putting a stone inside, this is how much the water level went up. Do you guys see that? So raise your hand if you think you know which cup has the biggest stone. So for this one, guys, let's have Xinyang. So hello, Xinyang.
So the two has the biggest stone.
Yes, so bottle 2 has the biggest stone. Which bottle has the smallest stone, Xinyang?
1.
Very good. Yes, what about medium?
3.
Very good. So you can see the small stone was inside cup 1 and the medium was inside cup 3. So very good. So big stone is number 2. Very good, Xinyang. So if you go back, so remember, we had different amounts of water levels. You can see that's the red line, Xinyang. And then after putting rocks inside, you can see the water level are all the same as the purple line. So then you need to go back and draw the areas on the before cups, okay, before pictures, to see which one is big and small, okay?
Okay.
All right, well done. Thank you, Xinyang. Keep up the good work. And yes, everybody, let's practice more and do the very similar question like before. So guys, again, there are 3 cups in the upper row containing different amounts of water. So even before putting any rocks inside, you guys can see that the water levels are all different, okay? Now, after putting an iron block, so it's like a metal piece, guys. So if you put a metal blocks inside, the water level rose to the same height. Okay, so you can see that after putting a metal blocks inside, all the water levels are now the same. So we don't know how big these metal pieces are. You need to tell me which cup has the smallest iron piece, okay? So now I'm going to give you guys a time to do this question. So you guys can all start now. All right, so let's have Michelle. So hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi. So what do you think the answer is and why? Can you unmute yourself? Yep.
I think the answer is C.
C. Okay. Why do you think it's C, Michelle?
Because the water was first. Because the water was the biggest water in the cup in the first place.
Yeah. Very good.
And if you put a small iron block, it would go up a little bit.
Yes, very good. So if I draw this purple line over here to show how much water level it is after putting a metal piece, you can see bottle 3 has the smallest rise in terms of water level. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So this one has the smallest, very good. Then which one has the biggest metal piece?
Number 1.
Very good. What about medium?
Number 2.
Very good. Excellent job. Michelle does really, really good. So I loved how you looked at which one had the most water and which one also had the smallest rise of the water level. Very good, Michelle. Thank you very much. That was really, really good, Michelle. So yes, everybody. So that is why the answer is C. Okay, so well done, everybody. For those of you who selected C. So guys, let's have a short break, okay? So let's have a short break. So let's see whether you guys all understand and how you guys are doing so far. So let's have, whoops. So Lewis, Yin, and Carter. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hi. So do you guys all understand how to do these questions?
Yes.
Yes. So guys, it's very important to draw lines to show what was the water level before and after. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Xin Yang, and also Samuel, and also Ying. Okay. So let's have Olivia, Xavier, and Chantel. So what about you guys? Do you guys have any questions? Do you understand how to do these questions?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And do you guys also agree that it's very important to draw lines before putting a rock inside and after putting a rock inside?
Yeah.
Yes, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, all right, so very good, guys. Keep up the good work. We're going to do a little bit more harder questions. And let's see, Queena and Sophia and Lisa and Frankie. Hello, guys. How are you guys?
Good.
Good? So,
Not good. I got all right.
so you got everything right, Lisa?
Yeah, and here's my dad.
Okay, very good, Elisa. And so, guys, please make sure to remember to draw lines before putting a rock inside and after putting a rock inside. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, well done, guys. So, are you guys also ready for the next part of the lesson with more harder questions?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, guys. So let's have a few more people. So let's have Scarlett, Emily, Teresa, and Fernando. Okay, hello guys.
Hello.
So guys, do you guys also understand the importance of drawing lines before putting a block and after putting a block as well?
Yes.
Yes, very good, Scarlett. Very good, Teresa. What about Fernando and Emily? Do you guys also agree?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. All right, so let's get started with more harder questions, shall we, guys? Okay. So, all right. So, yes, okay. I know everybody wanted to say hi to me, but let's move on and do more questions, okay? All right, Junjun, did you want to say something before we move on?
Oh, I was just raising my hand up
To say hi to me, all right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry
For the
about
next
that.
part of the lesson, Junjun?
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. So let's get going. So guys, now have a look at this question. In the picture below, guys, a piece of iron of different sizes is placed in each of these three identical cups in the upper row. So this time, guys, we already have metal pieces inside the water bottle. And of course, we have a tape to cover to show you how big these iron pieces are. Okay? Now, let's read the question. Now, after the iron piece is removed, if you take these metal pieces out, the water level becomes the same. So you can see that the water level are now same after taking out these iron pieces. Okay? So, which cup do you think has the largest piece of iron? So, let me get you guys to answer this one first, and let me explain to you a little bit later. So have a guess. So before me explaining to you guys, what do you think, guys? What do you think? So I've drawn a red line showing that's the water level after taking out the iron piece. Okay? We have some very smart people. Yes, I can see many of you got this question right. Some of you are a little bit incorrect, very close. So, yes, it's very tricky. You need to think very, very carefully, guys. Okay, so I am going to ask, I'm going to ask Jadelyn. So hello, Jadelyn.
Hello.
Hi, so what do you think the answer is for this question?
I think it's C.
Why do you think it's C, Jadelyn?
Because if you put the metal in, and you take it out, it makes the water smaller than the other ones.
So we can see that this red line on top of here is the water level when you take out the iron pieces, correct?
Yes.
And then if I draw a purple line, everybody, listen very carefully, and also Jadelyn as well. So you can see that this is how much the water level dropped. Okay? Does that make sense, Jadelyn?
Yes.
So before we had a water level all the way up to the purple line, and after taking out the metal piece, everybody, it all went down to the red line. So which cup dropped the most? So you can see that cup number one, before it was over here, and then it dropped all the way this much, and this one all the way down here, and this one, it dropped all the way down here.
Number 3 dropped the most.
Yes, 3 dropped the most. So that means number 3 had the biggest metal piece. Does that make sense? Because the difference is still large. Remember, if you put an iron piece, it goes up really high. It's the same logic. It's just the opposite. If it drops really low, then it means the difference is big. So that's why you had the big metal piece. Does that make sense, Jadelyn?
Yes.
So which cup has the smallest iron piece then?
Number 2.
Very good. What about the medium iron piece?
Number 1.
Very good, Jaylin. So, do you understand? If you take out a metal piece and if it drops very low, it's a big iron piece?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Jaylin, and keep up the good work. So, yes, everybody. So, you just need to think oppositely, okay? Just think opposite. So, if you put a big stone, it goes up really high. If you take out a big stone, it goes down really low. Okay, everybody? So now, how about this question? Each of the 3 identical bottles contain a piece of iron block of different sizes. So we already have a metal piece inside, but we don't know which one's big. We don't know which one is small or medium. Okay? Now, after taking these iron pieces out, the water level in the bottle changed, and you can see all 3 of them are same water level if you take these out. Okay, so which one do you think has the smallest iron block, which is a metal piece, guys? So I'm going to give you a select tool once again. So yes, I can see this question is a little bit trickier than before. You need to think which one has the smallest iron piece, guys, not the biggest. Alright, so for this question, I'm going to ask Ryder. So hello, Ryder. Oops. So yes, hello, Ryder. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Alright, so how did you do this question, Ryder?
So what I did is the answer is A
Okay, why do you think it's A?
because the first one has the least amount of iron. Oh.
So, right at everybody, so if I draw a red line to show how much water level it is after taking out the iron block, this is the red line. Do you agree?
Yes.
And this is how much the water level dropped for 1, and this is how much the water level dropped for number 2. This is how much the water level dropped for number 3. So what does that mean? If the water level dropped very low and not that much, which one is which? Which one has the smallest iron block? Which one has the biggest? Which one has the medium?
A has the smallest.
Okay,
B has the biggest.
And 3 has the medium, you think?
And 3 has the medium.
Yes, this is the correct answer. Yes, A is the correct answer. Well done, Ryder. Let me explain this to you and everybody one more time. So guys, if you take out a small iron piece, the water level will only go down a little bit. You can see that it was over here and went down just a little bit. Now for a big iron piece, there used to be lots of water up high. If you take out a big iron piece, it will go down very low. Okay? And for the medium piece, it'll go down just a medium amount compared to the big one and the small one. Does that make sense, Ryder?
Yes.
All right, very good. Thank you very much, and keep up the good work. All right, so that is why you need to think very carefully, because just think it as an opposite, guys. Because if you put a big stone inside a water level, what happens? It goes up really high. So if you take out the water level, the big stone, it'll go back down really low. Okay? So, like I said, guys, if you put a big stone, the water level will go up much higher. Okay? Now, also, if you take out the big stone, then the water level will go down really low. Okay? So, let's have a look at this question, guys. So, this question is very, very tricky, so I want everybody to pay extra attention. So, now, we have a cup with labels, how much water level it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, guys, if we put 2 balls in the cup, you can see there's 2 balls already here. So after putting 2 balls, so this is the picture that we're looking at, the water level rises by 1 unit. So as you see before, guys, the water level was 3, and now the water level is at number 4, the unit 4. So you can see that the water level has increased or rose by 1 unit. So this is how much the water level was going up if you put 2 balls. Okay? So there you go. So the question is, what will happen, guys, if I put 4 balls? Okay, then how many units will the water level go up by? All right, so this is the question. I want everybody to try and answer this question for me. Now, you just need to tell me how much the water level will go up by, okay? Don't worry about if it's the same cup or anything. Just tell me, I'm just interested in how much the water level will go up by, guys. If you put 4 stones, okay? Don't rush. I'll give you plenty of time, guys. So I'm going to give you enough time to think about it. All right, so I am going to ask Sophia. Sophia. So where are you, Sophia? Okay. Oops. Yes. Hello, Sophia. I think your microphone's on mute. Can you unmute yourself, Sophia?
I don't really get the question.
That's okay. How about let's do this together? How does that sound?
Okay.
So, Sophia, do you remember what happened if you put 2 balls inside the cup? What happened?
The water would rise up.
By how much?
2.
2. So before Sophia, the water level was at number 3. You can see it was at number 3. And after putting 2 balls inside, the water level is now on number 4. Do you see that?
The 1. 1.
So you can see that if you put 2 balls inside, the number is 4. So how much did it go up by, Sophia?
1.
Very good. So now think if I put 2 more balls. So that means in total I have 4 balls. How much do you think the water level will go up by?
1 more.
1 more. So the water level will be now at 5, not at 4. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the water level now. So the question is, so in the end, we've put 4 balls, right? Do you agree? We have 4 balls inside. So with 4 balls, Sophia, how many units did the water level go up by?
1.
Are you sure? Before, the water level was 3, and now, where is it?
5, so it went up 2.
Yes, it went up 2. So you need to compare between no balls and with 4 balls. Does that make sense, Sophia?
Mm-hmm.
So they went up by 2 units. So are you feeling a little bit better now, Sophia? Do you know what the answer is? Why is 2? Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sophia. Well done. Keep up the good work and try your best for the next question as well. Okay. So yes, guys, the answer was B for this one. Like I said, I've asked you what will happen if you put 4 balls. Okay. Don't worry about if there's already balls inside and blah, blah, blah. Don't worry. I've asked you what will happen if you put 4 balls. Okay. Just 4 balls. All right. So guys, how many balls? All right, let's move on to the next question, guys. So, yes, the answer was B. So, how many balls do you need to put in the cup so that the water will go up by 3 units? Okay? So, how many balls do we need to make the water go up by 3 units? All right, so think very carefully, guys. I'm going to give you enough time as well, don't worry. So now, okay, you guys can all start now. So the question is, guys, so don't worry about this one. So you have a cup with no balls, okay? You have a cup with no balls. Look at, let me just, okay, so look at this one, everybody. Now, how many balls do you need to put inside to make sure it goes up by 3? Okay, so we want the water level to be at 6 if it's up by 3. We want this much. Yeah? So think very, very carefully, guys. All right, so for this question, let me ask Daniel Wu. So hello, Daniel.
Hi.
Hi, Daniel. So what do you think the answer is and why?
I think it is B.
Okay, you think it's 6. Why do you think it's B and 6?
Because at the top, I first did the question, if 4 balls are put into the same cup of water, how many units will the water level rise by? And since the answer is 2, I guessed that you needed to add another 2 balls, and that makes 6 balls to be able to rise by 3 units.
Yes. So Daniel and everybody, pay attention. So every single time we add 2 balls, the water level goes up by 1 unit. Do you agree? So with 2 balls inside, before it was 3, now it's 4 unit, right?
Yeah.
If we put 4 balls, the water level will go up 1 more, so which will be 5. Do you agree?
Yes.
So if we put 2 more balls, it will go up 1 more time. The water level will be up at 6. So if you look at this picture now, so from number 3, we went 1, 2, 3 units up when we put 6 balls. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, it will go up by 1, 2, 3. So this is the new water level. So you're absolutely right, Daniel. We need 6 balls because every 2 balls goes up by 1 unit. Excellent job. Thank you very much, Daniel. That was really, really good. I love how you explain stuff. So I'll give you a trophy and keep up the good work. All right. So yes, everybody, the answer is B for that reason. Okay. Now, guys, this will be the last question of the day, guys. You have elephants, lions, goats, and ducks in the boat. Okay? Now, it's your job to tell me which animals are in each boat. So, guys, you have a boat, but with different levels of water level. So what that means is you can see, have a look at this boat, guys. This boat is almost just floating on top of the water, okay? And if you look at this boat, it's quite deep inside the water. It's almost sinking. It means a heavy animal must be inside. And you can see, if you just look at the bottom part, guys, you can see how deep the boat is inside the water. So I want you guys to think and let me know which animals are in each boat. Okay? So so how about I'll give you guys an easier solution. All right. Can you tell me which boat has a lion? So which boat has the lion? So I'll give you A, B, C, and D, okay? So this will be the last question, guys. So you need to select the boat with the lion, okay? So you guys can all start now. Okay, very, very good. So let's go through this together, guys. So yes, the correct answer is A. So now you can see this boat, guys, has the boat is almost sinking inside the water. Okay, so I think this one has the elephant. Okay, and the second boat, which is almost sinking, just like the elephant boat, which is D, I think it's a lion, because if you compare all the rest, boat A is the second deepest. And then goat will be at boat B because it's the third deepest, and C is for the ducks because I think ducks are a lot light. It's the lightest animals out of all 4. So you can see the boat is almost just floating around. It's not even that deep inside. Okay, so yes, the answer is A for the lion. So thank you, guys. This is the end of today's lesson, guys. Just remember how much water level it will go up and down if you put a rock and take out a rock inside. Okay, so guys, I hope you all enjoyed this lesson. Make sure to do your homework using Wukong application, and see you next lesson. Thank you, guys. And yes, Ian has something to say. Yep. Thank you, guys, and see you next time. Bye-bye. Yes, Ian, did you want to say something? Thanks, Brayden.
So I can't
At boat B because it's the third